Roleplay Retcon does not own any part of the movies we retcon, nor are we associated with the artists who make them. Also, while most episodes are safe for all listeners, please do check the individual episode descriptions for any content warnings.
The soundtrack for this series features Them Damn Dogs. You can find them on Spotify, Bandcamp, or themdamndogs.com.
Previously on The Longest Yard, Portman, Cornflake, and Bocepherous found themselves in the middle of Allenville Prison. In the middle of Allenville Prison is a cafeteria. In the middle of that cafeteria, a food fight broke out. A huge debacle involving all the prisoners, several guards, and it ended with former MVP quarterback of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Portman hitting the head guard, Captain Knievel, right in his dumb head. He was thrown in the box. His friends all watched him go in the box. Portman, a syrup fiend, sweat it all out of his system. He's been released from the box, reminded that Captain Knievel owns his ass, and is now back on his objective to try and put together a football team so that he can be given the reward of less time in prison and maybe, just maybe, some syrup.
Gullibly naive and destructive to one's own well-being. Well, that's all that I see when I flip through pages of what was me. I still feel connection. I still see all the pain. I still seek redemption. I still believe I control my fate.
Hey everyone, hey!
Portman, you are brought back to your cell. You are being drugged by two guards who are holding you up by the arms, your legs slack behind you, scraping against the cement and the concrete of the prison. Everyone is either jeering, booing, or like weirdly impressed that you're still alive after how long you were kept in there. You have withered away. Your bones are showing. You're still sweaty. There is no sweet sauce inside of you. And you are placed in your cell. And to your left, Cornflake. To your right, Bocepherous.
Oh, Portman. How you doing, buddy?
All my sweet juices be drained from me soul.
That sounds tough.
Aye, it is. We really need to get this football team together so we can beat the guards.
Yeah, I want to beat them real good now, after what they did to my buddy.
Portman, I gotta say, that was the finest display of stick-to-itiveness I've ever seen, right up until you gave in. And I've decided I'm gonna accept your offer. I'll let you owe me one, and I'll be part of your football team.
I'll owe you two fine barrels of syrup.
We'll talk about what you owe me. Also, weren't you arrested for smuggling syrup and your entire operation was seized by the police?
I mean, the operation they knew about was seized by the police, sure, but it's a poor sailor who only has one syrup operation.
Did you ever spend any time in the sea, on the sea?
What is the sea? Is that the sea in syrup?
Oh, I thought you were going to wax poetic for a moment, but you are actually asking me the question.
It's like ABC.
It's the big water.
Is that the big wet that surrounds Florida where I'm from?
Yeah, technically that's an ocean, but I think they're interchangeable.
Never been on there. Scared to death of it.
There are sharks in the water.
It's too much wet and not enough sticky. You know what I'm saying?
I don't. Now, how many people are on a football team? That's a quiz. Of course, I know because I am also a professional football player.
Incredibly, Cornflake, to your right is the cell of one Chris Caretaker, and he like pops in and goes, I don't mean to like interrupt this whole conversation or anything, but I happen to know the answer to that question.
Hey, which one of us punched you in the face? It's been a long time since we recorded.
Pretty sure it was me.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so you're not mad at me, probably.
I don't believe I'm mad at any of you. I just want to say, great job hitting me in the face. Really got them going. The
You made it easy on my fist.
I pride myself in my skincare routine. I have a very soft, pillowy face. You know, you just gotta cut out certain sugars in your life.
10 out of 10 would punch again. Am I right?
Yeah, if you ever want to like soften up your face, I got a real great concoction in my toilet you should try. Point being, I know how many people it's going to take for you to assemble the squad, if you will. Because listen, the guards are a fully functional unit. They got a full 53 men on that team. You probably only need to recruit like a handful of like heavy hitters, big influence guys, real named people. You understand what I'm saying here?
Aye.
No.
I'll break it down further. So you three are already on board, right? I assume that Portman's going to be your QB, your coach, or what have you, being the one with actual NFL experience, right?
Aye.
Uh-huh.
And then this guy, big guy over here, Bo. Can I call you Bo?
I guess you can, but it's Bocepherous.
Do you prefer Bocepherous, or are you a full name guy? Because I know some like Jennifers in the world who just do not go by Jen. So are you a Bocepherous guy?
Well, I really like it. It's the name my mama picked out for me. I feel like it's disrespectful to her to not use it.
It'd be disrespectful not to use it, yeah.
He looks like he could eat me, so Bocepherous it is. So he's probably going to want to be on defense, given his size, right? Like a big tackling dude.
I like tackling.
And then Cornflake, you got any, what's your athletic situation? You got any skills or talents or?
I also played the game professionally for several years. Not in the NFL like our friend Portman here, more of a minor league guy. But yeah. I'm lying, by the way.
An XFL guy. Okay, well, what did you do in that minor league football team?
Do you like to run?
Do I like to run? I'm actually pretty good at it.
Well, then you're going to be a receiver.
They catch things, right?
Sure, yeah.
We'll see how it goes.
I could make you a fullback if you prefer. It's the guy I hand the football to.
Take the package and run. Now, I could do that pretty well.
You get hit more often when you do that, though.
Not if you're Cornflake Hotbird.
Okay, great. Okay, so Cornflake will be behind him. So we're going to need a few other spots, right? So we're probably going to need to get...
Sounds like we need 48 more spots.
Now, listen, like I said, you probably only got to convince a handful of folks and people will follow. We're going to gotta go... I'm saying broad strokes, and Portman, back me up here. You probably need a wide receiver, right?
Yeah.
Probably need some guys in front of you to make sure you don't get hit.
Yar, lineman, yar.
You'll probably want a tight end.
Who doesn't?
Yeah, everybody wants
I do
one of
exercises to keep it that way, yeah.
Well, we all just chimed in on that shit, huh?
I know, right? God, why are we the way that we
It's
are?
a low-hanging fruit. I don't know why, after all these years of the sport existing, they insist on still calling that position.
I wanted that
the
fruit
tight
so
end.
bad. I was so hungry for the fruit. I wanted it so bad.
I've never even seen this fruit before. It was a new fruit for me.
Chris Caretaker waits patiently for the three of you to riff on tight end.
Okay. Well, I mean, he knows football. He knows that it happens every time. You have to make time for it.
Yeah, he's like a little notebook, and he's like, wide receiver, offensive line, tight end, pause for jokes, moving on.
Not even jokes, just laughing about it, really.
He's a bird. And then you probably gotta assemble more defense, because it can't just be Bo out there tackling people. So you'll probably want another Bo type.
I don't know, Bo's quite large. Might take the entire team to take Bo down.
He doesn't like being called Bo. He likes being called Bocepherous.
Bocepherous.
I got you back, Bocepherous.
Bocepherous has a name long enough and big enough for two people, but just to be safe, because the guards have been known to like really want to hurt us, maybe some backup to him, you know?
Yar.
And then you'll want a secondary. You'll want a corner and a safety, just to be back there supporting the air attack.
And a kicker.
And a kicker. Yes, you will also need a kicker.
Unless, Cornflake, can you kick?
I can do anything you need me to, boss. But you should probably find a kicker.
So yeah, those 7 things.
Just to make things easier on the people playing this game, Cornflake is not athletic. I mean, he can run, as we saw in his opening thing. But like, I have no athletic stats, and so there's this guy. I don't remember his name, but he got onto a professional soccer team in Europe, a European football team in Europe, and he does not know how to play soccer. And he was on there for years because he was pretty athletic, And B, he would always figure out a way to like get injured or something and not have to play a game. He would just, if they like ran laps and shit at practice, he would do that. But he did not know how to play soccer. He was not good at soccer. And that's what I'm doing. I intend to be like sick during practice and be like, oh, you're gonna have to find someone to fill in for me, boss. Like that's where his head is. Carlos Kaiser, that's who I'm thinking of. Look up Carlos Kaiser. It's a fascinating story.
That's
I
amazing.
can't, Ben. We're doing a podcast.
So should we split up or what?
Well, we should probably sleep first. You're gonna want to probably like, listen, I don't want to tell you how to do your job. I'm not here to micromanage you. I'm just here to get you what you need to achieve your goals. I'm like your gopher, your assistant coach, your ball boy, your water boy, your whatever you need me to be, coach.
Caretaker,
Yes.
I need you to listen to me very carefully.
Okay.
I need 6 quarts of maple syrup.
You're asking a lot for a guy. Listen, I got connections on the outside, but you're asking a lot. But you did win us that Super Bowl. I'm a huge Bucks fan, so I'll do whatever you want.
Yar.
What's your angle here, caretaker?
My angle?
What do you get out of this?
I have like 5 or 6 years left of my sentence. And I've been here for a long time, and the guards here suck. They are abusive and cruel and power crazed. A lot, just terrible people. So when I heard that someone of Portman's caliber was coming here, and that the possibility of, getting back at these guys existed, boy, I just had to get on that. I know they want to put this together just so they can beat up on us. I know they think of us as lesser people because of the things we did. And I would just like one day where they feel small instead.
Would you say that's a common opinion among the population?
Yes, I would say 100% of people feel that way. However, some people are very concerned about rising up would mean for them. Sometimes it takes the voice of someone who's willing to do something about it to finally get people on board with the movement.
Sounds like a bunch of hippie shit, but I think that sounds like also a very good angle.
Listen, you can call it hippie shit if you want, but the core of it is people want to hit the guards and they're afraid to hit the guards, so give them an excuse to hit the guards. He like gives a knowing smile to Bocepherous, like, isn't that right? Isn't it fun to sometimes get back at people violently?
Yeah, I think so. I'd do it again.
The audience gasps.
I'm not sorry. I'm just sorry about the pain I caused my poor mama, but I feel like she's proud of me.
That's a cool mom. Not every mom would be proud of you for getting arrested for, and again, squishing a cop.
Squishing.
Well, I did save her life, and I made sure to put her up good with my savings, so I'd do it again, and I'd squish these cops too, or whatever they're called.
I think everyone tonight gets some sleep. Tomorrow, Portman, I will give you a tour of the grounds just so you know where to look for stuff. And then it's all on you three, big guys.
Sounds like a date.
I weigh 90 pounds.
Well, big in the spirit. Big in purpose.
You have a big personality.
And a real big penis. I'm going to cut that.
Nope. All right, everybody, we just have to keep talking about how Ben said he has a big penis for the rest of the podcast.
I heard it.
And then we won't be able to cancel it.
Just keep referencing
I
it.
heard it.
Ben was not bragging about his own penis. This was an in-character thing.
Cornflake was doing it.
Cornflake was bragging about Ben's penis.
I heard that.
I should do that.
Have an in character.
It's a good strategy.
If there was a man controlling me and his name happened to be Benjamin Gray, I bet he has a huge hog.
I go to a bar, talk to a woman, I'm like, hi, I'm Ben, and this is my friend, my character from the current game I'm playing, and he has something to tell you about me.
I'm sure that would work, Ben.
100%.
I believe that. You should try that.
100%.
You should try that.
It would not work a lot, and it would work once somewhere in the world.
It might. I mean, it really might.
You could probably do that at Gen Con. It's fine. Surely one of those nerds.
Sorry. I know you've been Caretaker has been trying to like get us to play the JRPG sleep music for like so long now.
He's like, shut up, go to sleep, go to
Lights
sleep,
out.
go to sleep.
This is the cat in Persona 5 being like, wow, you had a long day today.
I didn't want to make back-to-back anime references. It's
Sure
like,
would
yeah.
be good to go to bed and collect your XP, am I right?
So you
We go to bed.
go to bed. You drift off to sleep, dreaming of syrup, your mama, the big score, whatever motivates you to get out of bed in the morning.
The weird thing is I dream about the syrup.
You wake up. It is a bright...
Suddenly.
I know. Out of nowhere, the sun.
Do they have like alarms?
Yes, it's a blaring alarm system. It is 6 a.m. The guards are banging on your rails. They're like, all right, get up. Breakfast ain't gonna eat itself. You're never gonna guess what it is today.
Oh, it better be maple syrup.
A guard all of a sudden way too close to your cage, just shaking it and like, nope.
Cage.
Yeah, it's whatever. It's a cell cage. The thing where you put the people in.
The people cage.
That sounds like a cage to me.
Yeah.
It's a big cage.
It's got a concrete slab to sleep on and a toilet that kind of works. So he just like rattles your cage and goes, no, even better. Something that doesn't require syrup at all. It's gray, it's mushy, and it's legally food.
I was promised maple syrup and flapjacks.
The guard leans closer in and is like, not by me, you weren't.
He just starts
You are.
crying.
Oh no.
A single tear.
There. It's gonna be okay, buddy.
You go, you have breakfast, it sucks. And you head out onto the yard during your free period. And waiting for the three of you is Warden Sanders. Howdy.
I don't think my character has met. Have we?
No,
met
you've not
Warden
met this
Sanders?
person. He's only met Portman, but word's gotten around.
Aye, Warden.
I heard you got put in the box.
I was put into a steel sun box for a time. Your guards here have been quite stingy with the syrup, which were be promised to me.
Now, to clarify, you get the syrup when you achieve my desires, which is to... it looks at Cornflake and Bocepherous and like kind of winks at you and goes, play that football game we talked about.
Why is he winking at us?
Machinations be in place to play your football game. I have started assembling my team, as you can see here. Only one day in, free of a box, that is, and I've collected 2 players. But I am still sans syrup. And as long as I'm sans syrup, the football game will not proceed. Savvy?
If the football game does not proceed, you can say goodbye to your precious maple syrup offering, which I offered you as a reward, not as a payment.
I don't have it now, so what am I missing?
You want syrup, you play my little football game. But if you don't, hey, you don't have to have maple syrup during your entire full sentence while you're here, capiche?
I'll cope your peach.
My piece is very capable. Now, I wanted to give you something we haven't had out here in a while. He gestures behind him, and you see a shitty-looking football field. Lines are a little crooked. It is 100 yards, but it looks like it's been trampled on. The grass is kind of yellow and dying. The goalposts are there, but it looks like a slight breeze could knock them over. And he goes, I gave you a practice field. Whipped it together last night. Some of the guards helped.
It does seem to be on the caliber of the artistic promise of your guards.
Yeah, well, what you gonna do? It's Texas. Finding an artist in a prison ain't that, it's pretty challenging.
And here I thought you Texans all locked your liberals up.
Not yet.
I like to paint watercolors myself.
Bocepherous is quite an artist.
A lot of layers of Bocepherous. It's too bad Bocepherous is in here for like 25 to life for killing a police officer.
Well, no one's perfect.
You know what? You got me there. Nobody is perfect. I have ample evidence of that. Gestures to the prison yard.
There is one perfect person I know of. A bloke by the name of Benjamin Gray, who has a gigantic penis.
We can't.
Wherever he may be.
Wherever he may
it's-
be right now.
Hey,
Crushed
listen.
under the weight of his own Johnson.
Scene transitions in real movies should be the writer's room just dicking around and laughing, and then it smash cuts to the next scene.
I'd pay him money.
Like, fuck the transition. They're too hard to write anyway. All right, sorry. For real, though. That was mine.
Warden, these practice grounds, I think they'll be adequate.
Good. I'm glad to hear it. The game is in about a week, so you got
Awake!
Yeah, give or take.
The first game or the game?
The game. Well, our game. Our game against each other will be in a week. And, I've been getting some real nice buzz around town about it. Apparently, the citizens of Allenville are getting a little excited with the prospect of watching a bunch of prison guards beat up on y'all dirty criminals.
Wait, other people are gonna come too?
Yeah, well, the Prison Football League is very popular around here, so we're kind of treating this like a preseason game. We're selling tickets for like $10 a pop. It's going to go right back into the prison, and what I mean, like, my salary. And, we're just going to make a good old-fashioned exhibition match out of it. Get the people real excited about their prison football team before we go challenge, again, other prisons to a football season.
I gotta write a letter to my mama. I gotta invite her to this game. She's gonna be so proud of her baby.
Sure, yeah, we'll invite her ourselves, Bocepherous.
Thank you.
My absolute pleasure. Well, Mr. Toe, Mr. Cogburn, Mr. Bocepherous, I will leave you to.
It's Mr. Nut.
My apologies. I had heard that you like being called Bocepherous, so I just went with that. I was trying to be courteous. Mr. Nut.
Mr. Nut's what I call my friend Benjamin Gray. It was right there. I couldn't help it.
Stop!
That fruit had fallen off the tree and was on the ground.
It was easy to get.
Stop!
I had to get it before the ants got there.
This is how Grant dies.
Right, I'll leave you to it. I believe that caretaker fella's gonna give you a tour of the prison, so I don't have to dirty my hands on the doorknobs. Chris Caretaker runs up, like, oh, "Sorry, I'm late. It was Gruel Day, and I
His
can't
name
miss
is
that."
Chris.
Chris
His name
Caretaker.
is Chris Caretaker.
Yeah,
That's hilarious.
thank you.
Please continue.
I'm an award-nominated game master. Yeah, so Chris runs up. He's like, "Yeah, I will show the facilities around the job that I have for some reason. I keep doing this for so many prisoners."
You're going to do a fine job of it, Christopher.
It's so nice of you to take care of us.
Do you prefer caretaker?
You just don't call me late to dinner.
Did you say don't call you late to dinner?
I did. You can call me caretaker. Caretaker's fine.
That's none of our jobs. Do you know that? We have not been assigned that task.
If I'm around you, I will make you aware that dinner time is about.
I appreciate it. I can get like real hyper focused on other shit and forget about dinner.
He gets really serious. He's like, caretaker, I swear to you.
I'll never let you be late to dinner.
Thank you.
If you're ever late to dinner, it won't be on my account.
Just grabbing his shoulders, shaking like a rag doll, like, "Okay, thank you, I appreciate it."
If you aren't informed, know that I'm dead in the ground.
Well, I sure hope no one in this Core 4 group dies at any point during this football experiment.
Wink.
Wink.
I've been hypnotized and felt the light need within me rise. You come as no surprise. There's way so much more than meets the eye. But I don't wanna be alone if you don't wanna take me home. It's been so long since I felt this ignorance and love. You tickle me in ways of still, it's for real.
Hey, it's Ben. I just have a few important things to tell you before we get back to the episode. Gonna start off by saying thank you to Grant Nordine for GMing this series for us. We're playing Play Ball by Caufield, which is usually a baseball-flavored sports anime-inspired game. But Grant actually did a ton of work retooling it into American football, and it's very humbling that someone would want to do that for us. Grant's best known for being the creator, host, and titular game master of the actual play podcast Game Master Monday, which usually has a new cast and a new game every episode. They also sometimes do a mini-series, like their latest one, Hail Whalers. He's also often joined by his sister Jenny, who co-produces and sometimes stars in the show. You can actually find us in a few episodes, like The Search for Dr. Seuss, Fortune Favors Fangs, and Cooking Up Disaster. Also, thanks to our featured musical guest, Them Damn Dogs. Pretty much all the music you heard in this episode is by them. They're a local band to me and Alex and Jinsey and Another Life in Huntsville, Alabama, which is a very cool town for music. I think they fit this series perfectly, and I can't wait for you to hear more of them. You can find them on Spotify, YouTube, themdamndogs.com, and a few other places. We've talked a lot recently about the One Shot Network Patreon, and you should still look at that because I'm in it some. But we have our own Patreon too, where we release bonus content like uncut episodes with video and randos, where we record things just for patrons, like our recent live recording while we designed a TTRPG, or a trivia showdown about Roleplay Retcon between Jinsey and Alex that ended up being really funny. We also have a Discord server that anyone can join. I've started streaming myself editing the podcast and taking little breaks with video games. And I stream that in the Discord. It's the only place you can see that. So come on in. You can find a link to that at roleplayretcon.com or on our social media or in the description for this episode. All right, that's all I've got. Back to the episode.
Lead the way, caretaker.
Takes you to a large building in the center, kind of vaguely gestures to it. He goes, I don't need to remind you about cell block 69 or the cafeteria, but they are right here. Just so you know, I'm going to take you back to the cafeteria just so you can see an important room that has a lot of influence for the prison. You go into the cafeteria, you scoot by some people, and you see a big white locked door by where the food would be laid out. He goes, behind that door is the kitchen. The kitchen has a head chef and 4 chefs working under him. They're all big, beefy dudes. And I think they would be great to structure your offensive line with if I was a betting man. The only problem is getting into the kitchen is kind of complicated.
How complicated could it be?
Well, you either need permission from the guards to go in there, or you have to sign up to work kitchen duty. And I've heard the head chef is like really picky about it. Like, he's a prisoner here, but like they gave him a lot of control of that kitchen.
Well, there's only one man I know who is affiliated with food by name, and that's Cornflake.
They all turned to him.
I was not listening.
Cornflake, I think you're supposed to work in the kitchen.
Oh, I'm fine with that. Yeah, that'll work pretty good.
I'll show you some other rooms here, so just keep following me so we can get our shit together. This here, it's an audio format, so you go that away. He points to a room and says, this is the exercise room. You can come in here, get stronger, boost up your athletic prowess. You can find plenty of strong dudes in here at any given time. I would just be like a little cautious of that guy in the corner, and you see someone who's just like pumping like an absurd amount of weights, like, you know, has a curler in one hand and is doing the two-hander in the other, and he is watching the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City on the provided prison television.
Bocepherous.
Yes.
You like to make friends, don't you?
I do like to make friends.
See those big, strong folk over there? They're strong like you.
Okay.
Make them your friends.
Okay. Yes, I'll be friends with them. Thank you.
Also in our building, we have a library.
Book learning.
The library is a good place to come and get smarter, if you want. You can up your smarts here. You can read a book. You can read an easy book, a hard book, a really hard book. And sometimes we got guys who are working in the library, just putting books away. There's a guy here. He works in the library a lot. He's kind of like shy and nervous. He gets bullied by the guards a bit, so just be aware of him. If some people are trying to stand up for him and then they get put in the box or hit, so just be careful.
And what would make him a good player for football?
Oh, I mean, if you wanted to recruit him, I guess. I mean, he's light on his feet. I've seen him catch books as they're falling. Probably has a bone to pick with the guards for hitting him so much. He'd probably be good in the secondary if I was the scouting type. But
I'll keep my eye upon him. My good eye.
He like looks at both your eyes like, which one's the bad one?
This one's a glass eye.
Oh, from when that guy put his thumb in your eye through the face mask.
It's also the good one though,
because it's
the glass
one
eye is the good one.
The one that doesn't deteriorate because it's just
Mhm.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Never gets bloodshot. Never gets dust in it.
He like looks up like solemnly, like he like wants that life. Like maybe I could get. Anyway, let me show you the room that hopefully you'll never have to go into, but you could be aware of.
The laundry.
Not the laundry. That would have been a good room. That's a good idea. But he shows you to like this big ironclad door, like a pin pad in front of it, 2 guards sitting next to it. He goes, that's where the biggest and meanest guys go. That's solitary. I'm just showing it to you to be courteous. I hope you never have to go in there, because that is also a hard room to get into. You either have to sneak in there or earn it.
How do you earn it?
Usually like by being just real nasty and violent and evil or mouthing off.
Oh, well, I can do that.
You do have a tendency.
Yeah.
Let's go outside. There's 2 other things outside besides the little practice field. You can go play basketball. It's a pretty easy place to go recruit people who are already athletic. And there's the labor yard. The main thing they do out in the labor yard is smash rocks with big hammers. So at least they're strong. You picking up what I'm putting down there?
What do they do with the rocks?
I've heard different things. I've heard that they like tournaments of gravel for like people's yards. I've heard they use it to like make the asphalt that goes onto the street. They're just, whatever you think little rocks could be used for. Thanks for asking, Ben. I thought about it. So those are the main facilities here. Now there are other secret facilities, if you catch my meaning. But
like an arcade?
Wouldn't that be nice?
A laundry?
I don't know what happens to our dirty clothes.
The laundry's a secret.
It's a secret laundry room. I have heard that the warden's office has a washer and dryer in it, so that could be something you could look into.
What? That's so weird. That's so weird. In his office, not in like a separate room? Okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I haven't been in there. I don't get invited to the warden's office.
Gotta keep that coat nice and white.
He's a full of himself prison warden. Has all the accoutrements.
Accoutrements.
So yeah,
Accoutrementer.
If we ever feel like we need a further advantage while putting this thing together, or things aren't clicking, I know a few guys who can get us into some places.
Thank you. You're so good to us. You take such good care of us.
I just want you to squish a guard. I want to see it happen.
I want that too.
Yar. I'd love to see you all squish guards.
I weigh 90 pounds.
We'll find you a small guard to squish. Maybe a guard's nephew. Fresh out of the womb.
You get back to the football field and you already see one guy there.
Oh. What's he look like?
This is a short, stout, portly looking gentleman. He wears his clothes are baggier than the rest of yours, and he's just like kind of on the field. He's like holding like a half inflated football, and he's like bending down as if he's practicing to be a quarterback. And he goes, "Hut, hut, hi!" He like reels back. He puts his arm up like he's a slot machine. He throws it like his arm is a slot machine arm. The football just kind of plops to the ground, and he rotates his shoulder like, Went farther that time. I'm getting good at this.
Aw.
If you put a spiral on it, it tends to go further.
Whoa! I did not know people were looking at me. That makes this way more awkward for me. Oh my God, you're Portmanteau.
R.I.B. Portmanteau. Professional football player and criminal.
My name is Brucey. I'm just a criminal.
Hello, Brucey. Would you like to play football?
I would. Do you need a quarterback? I'm really good at quarterback, I think.
Well, Brucey, I think we have the quarterback and well taken care of. But what if we make you a reserve?
I've never reserved anything before.
Not even like a dinner reservation?
No, I get phone anxiety.
I can see that, I suppose. You look a bit squirrely.
But I'm real good at throwing stuff. Watch this. He like grabs the football and he's like, go long. Just go really far. Go really far.
I walk 2 steps.
Okay, that's pretty far. Like cocks back and like half-heartedly tosses it and like spikes in the dirt and rolls up to Cornflake's feet.
I pick it up.
Okay, throw it back at me.
Oh.
Hey, Ben, make a skill roll.
Well, actually, he's going to be like, actually, my arm's not feel a little tight today. I think I'm just going to run it back over to you. And I do.
Give it here. I'll show you how you really throw a football.
I will do anything to not roll dice in this TTRPG.
Okay, Portman, roll a skill check for me.
Bocepherous, you go long.
Okay. Is this long enough?
Yar. I rolled an 8.
It's pretty good. You listen. You've been out of the league for a few years. That's a pretty good spiral.
I'm a little
Bocepherous,
rusty.
make a skill check.
Okay. So I roll and then I add my skill to it.
Yes.
10.
You catch it pretty easily. It's a perfectly thrown ball right into your mitts. You're a little surprised you caught it.
Oh, look, I caught it.
The camera like looks at Cornflake and he kind of does that like,
Like, they could play football. They could really do the thing.
Just call me a hack, Alex. Just do it.
They might have something here. They could win.
Shut the fuck up, Alex.
The guards won't know what hit him.
Brucey, this little guy with a pork belly.
Right.
I couldn't think of the word for some
I
reason.
think it's a pot belly.
Pot belly. That's what it
Pot
is.
belly.
Pot
He's
belly
a pot
pork.
belly pig.
No.
Yeah.
He loves drinking port, and it's given him a bit of a belly.
Yeah, it's not a beer
He has
belly.
a port belly.
It's an IPA.
His belly is to the left side, facing forward, but not on the right side.
A pirate joke for me.
A pirate's joke for me.
He is very excited. The ball plops over. He just watched a real actual quarterback through a real actual spiral into a real actual guy's hands. And he's like, okay, yeah, I'm going to be backup quarterback. And the minute you get hurt, I am in there to save the day. Absolutely.
100%. Here, take this ball and just keep throwing it at that goalpost until you can hit the goalpost. And then when you do hit the goalpost, back up 5 yards and do it again.
You got it. Should I start from that
start
10
right
marker?
up on it.
Right up on it. Okay, here I
start
go.
right up on it.
Yeah. He picks it up.
Give
He goes
yourselves a
back.
confidence boost.
Okay, here I go. I'm gonna roll for confidence with this boost I have. Not bad, Brucey. He does it. He cocks back. The form is terrible, but it does like ding the very corner of the upright, and he turns to you and puts his hands in the air. He goes, "I did it!"
Wonderful, Dad.
Aw.
Now, 5 yards back, do it again.
I'm gonna do this all day.
All right, now we should not watch him anymore because it's going to get sad real quick.
Bye, Brucey.
Bye.
Keep up the
I
good
love
work.
you all immediately. You're my best friends.
I love you too, buddy.
So, I believe we've made a plan. Cornflake, you're going to the kitchens, get in good with the cooks, recruit them to our offensive line.
Are they expecting me? Like,
No, you'll have to get in there and use your intelligence.
okay, but won't the guards like kill me if I'm in a place where I'm not supposed to be?
No, you go up, you ask the chef, do you want to be a part of the cooking staff? And they let you in.
Listen, just real life Ben was like, oh, right, I can talk to people and stuff will happen. Like, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Oh, right, we're playing a game.
Because the thought of me walking up to a kitchen and being like, hey, do y'all need help is like absolutely terrifying to me.
Your character can do
You're
it.
terrifying to you,
Your
but
character does
Cornflake's
not have the anxiety.
Cornflake's well adjusted.
Well, I don't know about that. He's got some baggage.
And every day I just get more insecure. And everybody knows I've never been too sure. Find a meaning passing by as the smoke fills up the sky. I heard I'm very close, but it's just still so hard to find these words I'd like to say alone to you. They say I'm a fool, but I kind of like her and she's
Scene transition.
We see a writer's room all making jokes about Ben's penis, and then we get to the kitchen. As previously mentioned, the kitchen is behind a solid white locked door. Chris told you that in order to get into this room, you either need to find a way in by talking to the kitchen staff or sign up for kitchen duty.
Well, kind of a slick schmitty, so I think I'm going to talk my way in. I'm going to schmooze my way in.
Sure.
Gonna grift my way in.
How would you like to grift? So kitchen people in general here are either behind the scenes preparing the food or in the lunch line scooping the food.
All right, I'm gonna be like, hey, they call me Cornflake. I'm supposed to start work today, and I've been here for like 30 minutes, and they said someone's gonna meet me. Around back to like let me in and show me the ropes. You know anything about that?
So you're in the lunch line, you're talking to a kitchen person who's scooping food. This is a big burly gentleman, broad shoulders. He's shaped like a box.
Oh, thank God, he's a gentleman. Phew.
Yeah, a box shaped man, but a gentleman. And he looks down at you and goes, "Your name's Cornflake?
Yeah, Cornflake Cogburn.
They call me a food too.
All right, what is it?
Steak.
That's a cool name.
It is a cool name. I picked it. You're supposed to be on the kitchen duty today?
Yeah. Don't know exactly what I'm doing back there, but they said I'm starting work here today.
He turns all the way around and he shouts into the back, "Hey, is a guy named Cornflake on the schedule?" And another voice in the back goes, "Hang on, let me check. I gotta figure out where the schedule is, how to read it. We're in prison, you jackass."
Does he then look at the like lunch menu and it says cornflakes on there?
Yes.
Hey, make a style roll there for me, Cornflake.
Okay, but part of my grift here is I'm gonna be like I'm gonna try to like ask. I'm like, wait, who does it say? Who does it say is coming in right now? So I'm gonna roll.
Great, yeah, make a that style roll then.
That is a 6 + 4, 10.
That is great. I forgot you put it all in style. So
It's all style, baby.
So yeah, they're like handed a greasy clipboard, and they're like, "Okay, who's on the schedule? We got Bowen, we got chessboard, we got Lenovo. Not seeing You said your name was what again?
Anyone on there you don't recognize?
I don't really talk to a lot of people, so none of these names. ring a
Lenovo.
bell
That's
to
me. I'm Lenovo. Yeah, that's my my real name. I just go by Cornflake. Call me
Oh, that
Cornflake.
makes sense. Yeah, my real name is Jefferson, but I go by Steak. Don't you ever call me Jefferson, though.
I won't.
Great.
If you called me Lenovo, I wouldn't be mad. But my name's Cornflake.
Okay, well, I'm going to have to call you Lenovo because that's what's on the schedule. Hey, boss, Lenovo is here.
Okay, well, from now on, can we say Cornflake on the schedule?
Yeah, I'll call you whatever you prefer.
Okay. And if anyone named Lenovo comes by, they're an imposter, okay?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, you've never lied to me as far as I know.
That's right. What does it say for you on the schedule?
For me, Steak.
Well, how come it can't say Cornflake for me?
Well, I didn't write your name, dude. That's whatever you put down.
Oh, right. I wrote that. You gotta... just testing you. All right. Where do I
People
start?
typically just sign up for this, so I get it. Maybe you're new and you're like, I still got to go by my actual name and you haven't like earned the prison name yet, but we'll call you Cornflake.
Steak's such a nice guy.
With a 10, yeah.
Well, he is a gentleman.
He is a gentleman.
It is canonically a gentleman.
Yeah, that's right. Mechanically a gentleman. All right, so what do I do first?
The white door swings open for you. That door.
What?
You walk in, and an even bigger man is standing before you. He is wearing a classic chef's toque. He has the apron. He is covered in gruel all over the apron. He is holding a spatula in one hand. His other hand is also holding a spatula. And he turns around and goes, "So you think you can hack it and big me?" Let's try that again. If I can actually read my fucking line. I wrote it down here.
Hey, just real quick. Is that thing called a toque?
Toque. I use the Canadian slang term for beanies on accident.
Read your line.
He turns around and faces his two spatulas like, "You think you can hack it in Bean-Bo Breen's kitchen?"
Oh, like, is
I love it.
that like a pun? Like hack? Like we hack stuff with knives and stuff?
He like puts the spatulas down. I haven't thought of it that way. It's pretty funny.
Hey, I think that means you're funny. What was your name again? Green?
My name is Bo Breen, but everyone calls me Bean.
Bean. Has knives. Don't mind me. Wow. Lots of big guys, huh?
Yes, these here are my beef boys.
Beef boys, make some noise.
You got it. Beef boys, line up, and like four big dudes all like
this
start
is our first
lining
musical
up.
number.
Start in the can.
Yeah.
they line up and they just announce themselves. The first one runs up and goes, "Ham." The second one runs up, "Steak." The third one runs up, "Salami." And the fourth one, "And tofu."
At least two of those were not beef.
What? They're not literally beef, son. They're just the beef boys.
Yeah, but you're the beef boys. Like, shouldn't you be beef?
Because they're beefy.
Like,
Look at them. They all start flexing.
okay, so Grant has done us a very nice favor here of he's put in some chat here, some notes for us for the positions we need to fill. It might as well be in Spanish. Like, I cannot decipher what you've written here at all. I have no idea what any of it means.
Well, we already said that you're gonna get these guys for the offensive line.
Okay. That is the only thing that Cornflake absorbed. I don't know how many people are on an offensive line.
Fortunately for you, it's 5. So
Okay. Hey, do you guys play sports? Sports, right?
like historically or currently?
But I just gauging some interest here.
We are the defenders who protect the sanctity of the kitchen. That is our job. That is our life's mission while we are here at Allenville Prison. The reason your gruel is even ingestible and can legally be considered food is because of the efforts of Bean-Bo Breen and the Beef Boys.
But football though. What do you think of that?
Boys, how do we feel about football? Salami steps up like, "I used to watch it with my dad when I was a kid, sir." Well, there you go. Salami's watched it a little bit. Tofu, how do you feel about it? I like the violence. No, well, there you go. Why the sudden interest in football all of a sudden? It's not like the yard has it as an option. We just have basketball, which boys of our size, they all flex again, are not built for.
His face goes dark. And he says, "I'm putting together a team."
Ham instinctively like reaches into his pocket for a cigarette and goes, "You son of a bitch!" And then someone's like, "No, not yet."
Wait, did I not use cigarettes as currency in prison anymore?
At least Ham has some, I guess.
Excuse me, I need to write down the ham has cigarettes. Okay. I explain the situation.
So essentially, there's a football program being put together where we have to play the guards in a football game.
You get to play the guards.
Okay. So have to.
Flashback. Cornflake.
Get the fuck out of my scene.
Cornflake. It's me, your old pal, Portmanteau.
We have only known each other for a single day.
That's correct.
Is this a flashback or like a ghostly visitation?
Now, you're about to go in there to the kitchen to recruit the chefs for our offensive line. That's very important.
Yep.
Something that might be a little bit more important than that. See if you can secure me some maple syrup as a bonus sign-on. Don't forget it's very important.
It's not even a flashback. It's Portman outside the door just screaming into there.
It's very important.
The syrup.
If they don't join the football team, that's fine. Just give me the syrup.
Oh, hey, by the way, do you guys keep maple syrup on hand?
If only. They all solemnly tape their toques off and put it on their chest like we've been fighting tooth and nail for any kind of seasoning, ingredient, sauce, anything, but no.
Well, okay. Other question.
Sure.
Got any charcoal around here?
Charcoal.
Yeah. I like to do drawings and something to do with myself. Just a piece is all I need. I know you probably don't do a lot of grilling outside, but I thought maybe you had a bag for whatever reason. Maybe cook something up for the warden every once in a while.
Let me check the back and see if we have anything like that. Because quite frankly, we've been given some weird ingredients around here. There was 1 week where the only thing they had for us in the pantry was like baking soda, and we just made do.
Wouldn't that make you explode?
That's horrible. It's a terrible prison.
He goes in the back to look for any kind of charcoal, and you're left alone in a room with ham, steak, salami, and tofu.
That's not alone at all, Grant.
Well, you know, you're in a room with them.
It depends on how you spend your time, Ben.
You ever been lonely at a party?
Oh, Grant, why would you do that to me? But anyway, yeah, I'm like, I don't think I got a straight answer from you. You guys interested?
Ham like walks up to you and like goes really close to your ear and goes, "You have to earn his respect, man. He's not gonna do what you want to do unless you earn his respect, man. Respect is earned, not given in Bean's kitchen. You gotta like work a full day before you start asking him things. And I gotta tell you, he rules with an iron fist. I don't want to be called Ham.
What do you want to be called?
Jason, preferably. But like if he's around, only call me Ham."
Okay, that's a lot to keep up with, Jason.
This is a social interaction, my guy.
All right.
He walks back out of the back room and goes, "Well, as a matter of fact, we do have charcoal.
Oh my God, thank you so much.
I will give you two options, young Master Cornflake.
Of course.
You can either have this charcoal now and get out of my sight and never sign up for kitchen duty again, or you can work a full day for me and make one demand of me that you wish, but only if you put in a good, honest day's work in my kitchen."
The drama.
If I work a full day, can I have the charcoal and the football?
Yeah, the charcoal is yours regardless, but I'm giving you either take the charcoal and leave because you made a demand of me right away, or work a full day, get the charcoal, and you can then ask me your football question.
Oh, I would love to work with you here. I want to get to know you boys.
Fantastic. Beef boys suit him up. 4 huge dudes
Beef
swirl
boys.
around you.
We got beef. We got beef. And they like let's see. It's a whole choreographed number. And now I am one of the beef boys. Oh God, do I have to have a beef name?
We're gonna call you Beef Flake.
Beef Flake.
You. No. What's something that's like? What's some skinny beef? They call me Slim Jim.
They put a toque on your head. They tie an apron around your waist. They put a spatula in your hand, and then they hand you this huge dripping Ziploc bag of some mysterious gray goo and goes, "That's what's for dinner. We have to serve it up. You have to make it edible. You have to do it, Cornflake. It's all up to you, Cornflake."
All right, let's do it. I'm gonna cook.
Great.
Let's cook.
Now this is going to open the game up for you. You of course can make any of your stat rolls to do this. This will be a study check, just for the record. Or if you have an ability that you want to use at any point, I will allow you to do so. If you have a creative way to spin how you want to do that.
Lunchbox guy. 3 times per game, this player can identify what the opposing team is about to run, allowing their team to make a play.
Sure.
Gain advantage on the play. I want to figure out, using my skills at grifting people, if he is like setting me up for failure.
Ooh, I like that a lot. So yeah, the way this is phrased is you essentially get advantage on your roll.
Yep.
And yeah, I will still have that be, well, I'm gonna call this a strategy roll actually, to decipher if
Ooh, I got one in that.
if the boys are truly against you or not. So you can roll twice and take the higher one.
I rolled a 12 on the first try.
Well, then there you go.
12 plus 1, 13.
Good job.
Didn't even need it. So yeah, you are preparing the gruel. You don't know anything about gruel. You've only recently started eating it. And as you're cooking it up, you are standing next to Tofu, who is whipping the spatulas back and forth, beating it, spreading it, patterning it around, cooking it on a stove, switching from the stove, putting it in the microwave, taking it out of the microwave, back on the stove, trying anything he can to make it edible. And he looks over at you and goes, "Hey man, you okay?"
You got any tips?
"Yeah, I got tips. You want to know how to make the gruel good?"
Yeah.
He like turns around to see if Bean is looking at him and turns back to you and goes, "Okay, the thing with the gruel is it's malleable. You kind of have to beat the shit out of it to get all the grossness out of it. If you can reduce it down to where it tastes like nothing, that's the goal. I personally like kicking the shit out of it, lighting it on fire, over grilling it, over microwaving it, wearing it down to its base elements practically. I've also heard that water is a pretty good mixture for it. Like you can literally water it down to make it taste better."
Okay. I'm going to try to find like a hook or something to like put this big bag on, just to like kind of hang it from something. And then I'm going to like rapidly punch it over and over
Rocky
again. Yeah. I don't have very strong strikes. I'm a 90-pound man, but I do have rapid strikes.
Yeah, and with your successful roll, I'll give it to you. You find exactly what you're looking for, a meat hook, or as they call it here in this kitchen, a beef hook. And you just start wailing on this thing. Everyone just kind of like stops what they're doing and is looking at you, just like beating the shit out of it. Are you saying anything? What's going on in your head as you
I'm doing like a Dragon Ball Z, like, and it's like my hands are like blurring, you know, like they do.
Hell yeah. You don't see it, but for you, the audience, you, my friend, you see Bean put a little hand up to his chin, and as he like scratches the beard that's sitting underneath a hairnet, and he goes, "The boy's got something. I never thought to literally beat the shit out of it." The day goes on. Cornflake, you scoop gruel into people's dinner plates. Portman and Bocepherous and Chris come by. Portman, of course, honoring his promise to never let Chris miss dinner. And they get in line and they see you in line handing up the gruel you earlier punched to death.
Look at him. He's doing such a good job.
Hey, Portman, listen. I tried and I tried and I tried. I asked them like 8 times if they had any maple syrup, and they got nothing, man. But I will keep trying for you, okay?
They don't have any maple
They don't have any today. Oh, you know what? Look here. And I just reach behind me and I look for like anything that looks like a dark liquid in a bottle. Anything. I don't care what it actually is.
You find a darker collection of gruel, like in a ketchup bottle.
Okay. I was lying because I was worried this wouldn't be enough. I can spare you, look, a couple of drops, just a couple. Just think about how
He
good
snatches
it
it
tastes.
out of your hand.
No. I do not let him do that.
Ooh, make opposing skill checks.
Oh, no. I don't think this is going to go well for me.
11.
10.
Ooh.
No, Portman, no.
Portmanteau snags the bottle out of your hand. You can still appeal to his baser instincts, but he does have the bottle.
Portman, I don't even know if that's edible. Portman, don't do
He
it.
puts it up to his lips and turns it all the way up.
Just think, Portman, about how delicious maple syrup is.
You hear salami from the back, like, good God, he has the unfiltered stuff.
Oh, no.
I think it's a good like 3 glugs in before he makes the discovery and goes,
It's so good, right? I think you're going to get in trouble because I think I'm only supposed to have a little bit. But like, yeah, the stuff in here is
poison.
Okay.
Bean appears next to you, Cornflake. He goes, good God, did you give him unfiltered gruel?
He was a wild man.
Boys, quick, get him in here. 4 beefy boys surround you, Portman, and carry you up. So like, up, and carry you back into the kitchen. And they like lay you flat on the ground on your back, facing you straight up into the ceiling. And like Bean pulls me and goes, Cornflake, you have to extract the gruel from him.
Okay.
Extract it.
I'll use my special technique. And I do the same thing to his stomach that I did to the gruel bag.
Yeah, man.
and he vomits all over you.
You are covered in the toxic puke of portmanteau as the unfiltered gruel mixed with acid, bile, and just the smallest hint of smell of maple just covers your body. And
his stomach lining is like coated in it just a little bit.
Yeah, it's like a dang maple tree.
Cornflake.
It's good, isn't it?
Cornflake,
Good
I
stuff.
believe that maple syrup is turned.
Okay, well, we'll get you some fresh stuff. We'll try to get you some better stuff, okay?
I'm gonna go lie down.
I think you're already lying down.
Salami closes your eyes.
All right, well, I guess I got to get back to the line.
Bean puts a hand on your shoulder and goes, "No, son, you've done your duty for today. You saved a man's life after gravely endangering it, granted, but you did save it."
Wait, I didn't actually get... He's fast. He's a quarterback. He's fast.
You're not in trouble. I understand what happened. I saw it with my own 2 eyes. You were trying to appease your friend. You didn't know any better. Quite frankly, somebody, and they stares at Salami, should have told you about the unfiltered gruel bottle. Sorry, boss. I forgot where I put it.
I love that it's gruel from concentrate.
He puts a second hand on your other shoulder. He's now grabbing both your shoulders and goes, "Tell me more about this football team."
Well, we need an offensive line. An offensive line is actually what I meant to say.
Offensive? Are you offensive enough?
5 hands cover State's
Are you
mouth.
a bad enough dude to save the president?
An offensive line. You need us to protect the quarterback, essentially.
Yeah, and I think there's 5 of those. Yeah.
Yeah, there are. Very convenient.
That man whose life we just saved, we'll need to do that again on the field.
Beanbo Breen says, "You have the allegiance of the Beef Boys and myself. We will protect your quarterback."
Oh, okay. I did my job. Can I get that charcoal?
He tosses it to you like it's a quarter and you're a street urchin.
Oh, I'm gonna draw a pretty horse with this.
Congratulations, you've assembled an offensive line.
I've been hypnotized and felt the lightning heat within me rise. You come as no surprise. There's way so much more than meets the eye. But I don't wanna be alone if you don't wanna take me home. It's been so long since I felt this ignorance and love. You tangle me in webs and still it's for real. Never spend a second without you. The more you talk, the more I walk towards certain doom.
Oh, okay, I'm gonna go to the gym now.
Bocepherous, before we can get into like a flashback situation, if any of your new friends have a line on some maple syrup, you tell your OG friend about a portmanteau about it. Aye?
Yes,
Savvy?
I will do that.
Yeah.
Yes,
All right.
yes, sir.
Hit the sea.
The sea of the land.
Welcome to the exercise room. There's all the fixings you would want from a place where you can exercise. You want treadmills? We got them. You want weights to lift? We got them. You want those things you strap weights into that big thing, you curl it up with your back, and it makes the cool gym sound they use in the movies? Well, we don't have the budget for that.
A Bowflex.
We actually do. Not to brag, but
In the exercise room, as previously mentioned, there is an assortment of people working out. They seem to just be focusing on themselves, boosting their own skill and strength, if you will, which you also have the option to do. And you see the gentleman in the corner that Chris told you about, who is lifting an absurd amount of weights and watching the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City.
I'm gonna go over there and be like, "Oh, hi, friend. My name is Bocepherous. Can I watch this with you? Me and my mama used to watch this all the time."
He puts down his weights and makes eye contact with you, and he just nods. It's like a hesitant nod. Like if you were to look in his eyes, it would be like, "I'm saying yes to this to be nice." He picks up his weights and just keeps going at it. In the same corner, you kind of see like a guard by the door whose main job is to watch him do this thing.
Watch him specifically.
Yeah, he just hangs out in there and keeps an eye on this guy.
Kind of weird that guy's just staring at you, huh?
He like points at another TV in the room that has like a huge hole in the middle of it, like clearly broken. It's kind of like still on its like little frame that they would hang it up on in the gym, but like there's like clearly a thing punched through it.
Oh man, you know what? I did that one time. I was so ashamed of myself. I had to get my mom a brand new TV just to make it up to her. But I was so upset because of something that happened on TV. I understand. What show were you watching?
Make a style roll for me.
Okay, I have one. Yeah, 11.
With an 11, he kind of like turns around and looks at the guard, and the guard like instinctively like kind of scared reacts, reaches for his nightstick, and then he like looks back at you, and he just like kind of like gestures to come closer to him with his finger like this. He said in an audio format. He curls his finger back towards him.
Bocepherous leans in real close.
I'm not allowed to talk to anyone.
That guy says you can't talk to anyone?
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe I'll just talk to you, friend. Would that be okay with you?
He needs to go away. Hey, are you two talking over there?
No.
All right. I guess I have no choice but to believe you with an 11.
Actually, my stomach's a little upset.
You need to go to the infirmary?
Is this just Jency talking?
No, I think, can you get... Can you get me a bucket?
A bucket? Why don't you just... Do you have a toilet in
Yeah,
your...
I think I need a
Oh,
bucket.
Jesus Christ, they're going to throw up right now. Oh, if you throw up, then I'm going to throw up, and then, I can't. I'll go get a bucket. Shit. Like, runs off.
Okay. All right, he's gone. What's up, buddy?
Oh, my God, thank you. Holy shit. I haven't said a word in 3 months to anybody.
Oh, that's terrible.
Hi. My name's Callias Pinball.
Nice to meet you. You want me to call you Callias Pinball?
Oh, I figured I'd introduce myself with my full name. For reasons unknown. It's been 3 months since I've spoken. You can just call me Callias.
All right, Callias, nice to meet you. I'm Bocepherous Nut. You can call me Bocepherous.
Great, I will call you Bocepherous. I was watching The Real Housewives of Atlanta when I punched the TV.
Oh my god, that show is really infuriating.
Nene was being ridiculous.
Yes, of course.
I like the Salt Lake girls better.
They are Mormons?
Some of them are. Well, they're not very good Mormons. One of them says she's Mormon 2.0, so she's allowed to drink.
My mama said that she is a stuck up.
It's nice to be able to talk to someone about this.
Man, but you know what? If you don't want to be in here with that guy staring at you, you can come out to the yard with us. We're gonna play some football and we're gonna squish some guards. Maybe you can squish that guy.
That guy comes back with the bucket, just like smacks it in front of you, Bocepherous, and is like, puke in that. Do not look at me. Do not even make any noises when you puke in this bucket, or I swear to God, I will hit you in the back of the head. He like looks at the other person and goes, Callias, what the fuck are you doing? You're not supposed to be talking to people. Shut the hell up. And he like, takes out his nightstick and like clonks him on the back. Like Callias doesn't move at all. And then the guard goes like, back to his post.
Bocepherous is gonna hold the bucket up to his mouth and try and like hide that he's still talking.
Make one more style roll for me.
And it just amplifies from the bucket.
Yeah, it would make it worse, wouldn't it?
Oh god, I hope not.
That's why I'm making it a roll.
How's an 8 look?
8's fine. I'm cool with an 8. 8's the DV for this particular guy. You put your mouth up to the bucket and you're able to do some like incredible ventriloquism. You're able to make the sound of vomiting while talking to this man.
Let's hear what that sounds like, Jency.
Maybe the guard just is trying not to listen because he doesn't want to hear the pukey sounds.
Oh, good point. So you start making the puke sounds and the guard's like, oh my God. It's like grabbing the wall, looking at the floor like, don't think about it. Don't think about it, Jesse. Just don't fucking, oh God. Every man for themselves. And he runs to the hallway.
Okay, all right, he's gone.
You said we can squish the guards?
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm in here for. I squished a police officer, and my buddy Portmanteau, he's going to make a football team, and we're going to squish the wardens, the guards, everybody.
I don't know anything about no portmanteau, but I do know that particular officer is on their stupid football team.
Oh my god, let's squish him.
Let's squish
I
him.
hate him already.
I'm gonna squish the fuck out of that guy. Yeah, I'm in.
Hell yeah.
That's a question for you though. How do you play football?
You know, I actually don't know either, but I think what we do, because I think I'm defense, and I think our goal is just squishing people.
Okay.
I think that's what we do.
I can squish. I'm real good at squishing. He stands up. He very delicately turns the TV off. The whole gym goes, "Oh, come on!" And you, with your new friend, go have dinner.
Winter winds are growing slowly. I need a second just to get you by my side. I don't believe I'm alright. So tell me what I wanna know, what it means to let you go. The feeling slides between my ribs and through my mind. I'd stick 2 needles through my eyes.
We flash back and forward. It's Chris,
Oh.
Portman, Bocepherous,
We're
and-
torn apart in time.
and Callias. They get dinner from the Gruel. Portman gets poisoned.
Yeah, while Portman is in the back getting poisoned, because I was not welcome to the back of the kitchen, Bocepherous is just gonna look over and be like, you know what? He's gonna be okay. We shouldn't worry about that. He's tough.
Is he? He threw up like immediately.
Yeah, well, I think that's poison.
Chris Caretaker puts an arm around Bocepherous and Callias and says, "I got a real nice spot for you guys if you want to have like the good table."
Oh, that would be lovely. Thank you.
No problem. I figure our 2-star defensive players should be able to eat wherever they want.
Well, I don't want to put anyone out.
Oh, don't worry about it. The only people who move from that spot are like, I don't know, in prison for cannibalism or something. No one important. You sit down with your new friend Callias. You spend a very long time talking about the various women from the Real Housewives franchise. He tells you that his favorite housewife ever is Bethany Frankel.
Why are you doing this, Grant? I'm not going to watch this show. You're going to keep dropping these breadcrumbs and try to get us to play with you in the Real Housewives space. And it's not going to happen.
This is a treat for people who are in the know, you know? It's called a
not for
reference,
you,
Ben.
man.
Oh, Bethany?
How I envy them, but not enough to watch the show.
Yeah, Bethany's real nice.
I like that she's the one that like seems to like not care that she's on TV and stir the pot, you know?
Yeah, it's much more realistic that way. Sometimes I think that the producers step in a little bit too much, but it does make for some good TV, so.
All right, shut my mouth. Jinxie can play in the space, apparently.
My thing is I write one thing about a character and then I run it into the ground and Genzi was down to clown.
You know what else runs into the ground? Ben's penis.
Don't.
Got him!
You head to your decrepit football field. You see Brucey has now made it to the 20-yard line. And
That's not bad.
He's like holding his arms slack and he looks at me and goes, I practiced. I'm going to sit down.
Brucey, take yourself a nap. I didn't mean to keep doing it.
Anything for the team, though. You're my captain. And he's like flops over. You now have the Beef Boys and 2 defenders standing before you who start lining up and like it's kind of like haphazardly approaching the field. Tofu was like picking at the grass and goes, "Did you know we had this the whole time? We could use this for like ingredients."
Grass?
in the midst of
Add a little
everyone,
color.
add a little color to it, a little green gruel, why not? In the midst of everything, Portman, you recognize. Actually, all of you might recognize this person. What do I know? But you see a figure standing on the other sideline, start walking closer to you. An older gentleman with an amazing mustache and a great head of hair. And he goes, I think you all boys need a real coach. These, they don't know they're doing much of anything out there. Hi there. My name is Burt Reynolds.
Wait, what the fuck? What the fuck?
Yes!
Don't want genetic, give me some pedigree. I'm in love with you, and that's why we play the game.
Roleplay Retcon's remake of The Longest Yard is GM'd by Grant Nordine, with Alex as Portman Toe, Jinsey as Bocepherous Nut, and Benjamin Gray as Cornflake Cogburn. The series features music by Them Damn Dogs. Our logo is by Jeanette Blasius.
Roleplay Retcon is produced by Two Fish in a Jug and is part of the One Shot Network.
Bye, kisses.